Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the field where we are proud to present the precision, power, and poise of the black, white, and turquoise of the Woodland Hills High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Brian Hopkins. In addition, this evening, the members of the Woodland Hills High School Chamber Choir under the direction of Mr. Chris Lorette will lead us in the singing of our national anthem. So, will you please rise and honor America by joining in the singing of our national anthem, and gentlemen, please remove your hats. Ladies and gentlemen, the referees for tonight's game are Marty Lynn, umpire Mike O'Donnell, head linesman Tom Corpio, line judge Dan Boyle, field judge Andre Smith, side judge Evan Kuntz, While I have your attention, ladies and gentlemen, the Woodland Hills High School Marching Band in Images, Visual, and Ensemble would like to invite everyone to attend the annual band competition tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. right here at the Wolverina. 5 bands will be performing, including Sarah Catholic, East Allegheny, McDuffie, Grove City College, plus our own Woodland Hills High School Marching Band. That's right, folks. Tomorrow evening, Saturday, September the 28th at 7 p.m. here at the Woodland Hills High School Wolverine. Gentlemen, may I direct your attention to the scoreboard and zone, where the 2019 Wolverines are about to enter the field. The team knows that their goals are attainable if they follow and believe in the Wolverine football code. The code that demands they respect every opponent, but fear none of them. Prepare and play with passion and pride, for 33 seasons have taught us that when you play as one, you can get it done. So stand on it, Wolverines, and play with pride. We are Woodland Hills. This is the Wolverina. And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the pride of Woodland Hills football, the 2019 Wolverines, led by Coach Tim Bostard and his staff. All right, Wolverina, put your shouting shoes together and turn it loose. Tonight's captains are, for the Woodland Hills Wolverines, Zachary Threats, Keyshawn Fraser, and Jeremy Thomas, and Anthony Collins. For the West Allegheny High School Indians, Captains Cam Cruz, Connor Stout, Kyle Merritt, and Michael Baker. The Indians will receive
A pleasant good evening and welcome to the Wolverina as we are underway in Turtle Creek, PA. The ball down to the 10-yard line where it will be returned by West Allegheny after Woodland Hills kicks off. On the return for the Indians is Jayshawn Spencer. And a flag is down. Adam Gusky on the call for you here on the Woodland Hills Football Network, joined by Eric Schuley.
First down and 10 for West Allegheny, starting at their own 26-yard line.
A pleasant good evening and welcome to the Wolverine of the Turtle Creek home of your Woodland Hills Wolverines. Adam Gusky and Eric Shuley on the call for you. Vince Russo down on the field. We apologize for our pregame technical difficulties, but we're glad to get the game on for you in full. Opening kickoff carried down near the 10-yard line where it was returned by Ja'Shawn Spencer. Then a penalty against West Allegheny, and the Indians will start first down and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Woodland Hills entering the game with a record of 0-4 on the season, 0-5 on the season, 0-4 within conference play. West Allegheny 1-3 overall and 1-3 in conference. Woodland Hills a week ago lost 30-27 at Baldwin, while West Allegheny fell at home 35-33 to Upper St. Clair. First play from scrimmage is a handoff, and up the gut goes the tailback in the pistol, and he's brought down in the backfield. Ball carrier was Paul Newton. And on the tackle for Woodland Hills was Savon Givner.
Yeah, two run-heavy teams tonight, Adam. West Allegheny likes to keep the ball on the ground. They can put it in the air if they have to. They certainly like to keep it on the ground.
Shotgun formation, two receivers split left, one to the short side right. Quarterback looking to his left-hand side where he finds a receiver in Cam Cruz, and Cruz on the reception, out across the 25 to the 26, almost the 27-yard line. They'll say that's enough for a first down for West A.
Yeah, just a great job by West Allegheny there to get that ball out quick on the blitz from the Wolverines. And the first down of the game tonight goes to the Indians.
Indians step out of the huddle. Showing Wildcat for the first time today, where Paul Newton lines up as the QB and has a back to his left-hand side in Shane Kennedy. And it'll be Paul Newton keeping it himself, running to his left-hand side where he's undercut by a Wolverine. Tackle on the play by Zachary Threats. Gain of 5, and it's second down and 5.
Yeah, something to notice quickly here tonight. Obviously, the Wolverines do not have tight end Joshua Rawlings in the lineup, but I have not seen star running back Nico Flatty for West Allegheny, and he is such a big part of this offense. So I think he would be out there already if he is available. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on that tonight to see if he is around.
Shotgun, and West Allegheny keeps it on the ground again. This time it's QB Gavin Miller running to his right-hand side, and he'll drive it forward for about a gain of 2, and that brings up third down and 3 for West Allegheny. The ball just shy of the 35-yard line.
Yeah, QB Gavin Miller will also run the ball. He's 27 carries on the year for only about 68 yards. Likes to throw the ball a little bit more if he can. But West Allegheny overall, as I mentioned, much more comfortable running the ball.
3rd and 3, ball at the 34-yard line for West A as they split two receivers left and one receiver to the short side right. Sidecar to the left-hand side of Gavin Miller. Miller with the hard count. Takes a true shotgun snap, feels the pressure as he rolls to his left-hand side, finds a receiver open in the flat. Catch by Cam Cruz, who carries it out towards the 45-yard line where he's brought down. First down for West Allegheny, and the drive continues for the visiting Indians.
Yeah, good job of improvising there by Cam Cruz getting open, and the Wolverines secondary couldn't keep up and able to find the hole there. Nice job by Gavin Miller to make the first down, and Indians are getting close to midfield now.
Play run in by Gavin Miller, the quarterback. And he'll actually split out to the right-hand side, and we now see Cam Cruz line up as QB. And the jet sweep goes to Paul Newton. He'll run to his right and then cut it back to the left-hand side. He's met near the line of scrimmage and brought down by Armani Bailey. Gain of 2 brings up second down and 8.
Cam Cruz definitely will run the ball. He's got 136 yards on the year, averages about 4.5 yards per carry on 30 attempts. Like I said, they like to lean on Nico Flatty. Haven't seen him tonight, so if he's unable to play, then I'm sure we'll see a lot of Cam Cruz and Gavin Miller and Ja'Shawn Spencer.
Sidecar to the left-hand side of QB Gavin Miller as he'll roll to his left-hand side. He feels pressure, steps up, throws, finds a receiver. Ball caught by Braden Horton, and he is pushed out of bounds along the near boundary. Tackle on the play by Armani Bailey. Also in on the stop for the Wolverines is Keon Perkins. We're going to set it down to the field where Vince Russo joins us for the first time today, and he has some more insight on Cam Cruz.
Thanks, Adam. Yeah, guys, don't be so surprised to see Cruz line up at different places around the field. He's most notably known for taking snaps at the quarterback position. Last season had nearly 1,400 yards passing and 16 touchdowns, another 7 on the ground. So he's going to be all over the place, guys. Back up to you.
Gavin Miller in the pistol. He'll hand off to the tailback, Paul Newton, who drives his way inside of the 35 to the 34-yard line. And again, looked like Bailey involved in the tackle for the Wolverines. That brings up second down and about 4 after that gain of 6.
Yeah, so far these defensive struggles are just carrying over week to week right now for the Wolverines. This opening drive, West Allegheny just going right down the field now, under 8 minutes. Keeping this ball, doing exactly what they want to do.
The clock winding this drive well over 4 minutes at this point as West Allegheny breaks the huddle in a power pistol. Gavin Miller changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Hard count by Miller. The Wolverines hold true, and the handoff's going to go to Paul Newton, and Newton springs it to the left-hand side where he's pulled to the near boundary and out of bounds around the 25-yard line. And that's more than enough for a first down as the ball's inside of the 25 at the 24, where it's 1st and 10 for West A.
Just keep moving the ball. Woodland Hills unable to get that initial penetration to break through the offensive line of West Allegheny, and moving the ball right down the field, knocking on the door of the red zone now.
Ball's on the left hash, 1st and 10 for West A as they go from the huddle this time to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback is Cam Cruz. Cruz with the sidecar to his right and a wing to the right of the formation. And Newton's the motion man from left to right. Cruz keeps it himself, running over left tackle. He'll take it inside of the 20 and brought down at around the 16-yard line. Tackle on the play by William Chamberlain. Pickup of about 8 brings up second down and 2 with the ball at the 16. The line to gain is the 14.
Wolverines defense again playing without Joshua Rawlings. Backs against the wall now. See if the limited play selection maybe for West Allegheny will hurt them. See if the Wolverines defense is able to stand strong here.
Shotgun with sidecars to either side of the quarterback, Gavin Miller. Cruz motions from right to left. Handoff goes to Newton. Big hole over left tackle, and he's brought down right around the 5-yard line. Tackle on the play by Jalen Brooks, but not before it's 1st and goal for West A.
Yeah, just so much of a struggle right now for the Wolverines stopping this run. They had a lot of trouble last week stopping the running game with Angelo Priori and Mason Stahl from Baldwin. And again, just West Allegheny, watch their film. They're doing the exact same thing in the offensive line, opening up big holes for these running backs.
West A now with Newton as the QB with sidecars to either side of the Wildcat back. He'll run to the left. He's met in the backfield, slides through the first tackle, and is still able to drive his way inside of the 5, where he gets back to around the 4-yard line. They'll say his forward progress was ultimately stopped near the 5 when a gang of Wolverines brought him down there. And no gain brings up 2nd and goal at the 5. Tackle on the play by DeJuan Howes.
Yeah, more tackling woes for the Wolverines. All season they have had a lot of trouble making tackles and wrapping up, and definitely tonight that is playing a factor so far in this opening drive.
Again, Newton in the shotgun as the Wildcat back takes the true snap, runs to his right, cuts it back to the left as a flag comes in. And gain of about 3 down to the 2-yard line, but a flag, and this is all in all likelihood a hold.
This would be a big break for the Wolverines here if we see a holding on the Indians.
We'll check in with our referee, Marty Lynn, as soon as he's prepared to call it out.
Holding, offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, replay 2nd down.
So after the penalty, it'll back West Allegheny up to the 15, where it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 15.
This gives the Wolverines a better chance here as Indians are just running the ball so well right now against the Wolverines. See if they opt to keep it on the ground here, which I would expect they would with how they have been effective keeping the ball on the ground. I'm going to go to the air.
Gavin Miller rolling to his right, throwing to his right-hand side, and the pass sails over the arm of one Wolverine. It's pulled in by Cam Cruz in the end zone. That Wolverine D-back mistimed his jump, and Cam Cruz leaped up and pulled it in.
Yeah, it's something you just cannot let happen there. A floater ball into the end zone by West Allegheny, and letting Cam Cruz come down with that one. While he is a big receiver, you can't let that happen if you're the Wolverines defense. Just a miserable opening drive there.
Yeah, West Allegheny occupied about 7.5 minutes of clock on that drive and just drove it down the field on Woodland Hills. That drive starting right around the 15. And about 85 yards later into the house, they took it on a passing play of 15 yards, and the PAT is up and in. And with 4:35 to play in the first quarter, it's West Allegheny 7, Woodland Hills 0. You're tuned into the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
85-yard drive capped off on a 15-yard touchdown pass from Gavin Miller to Cam Cruz. PAT up and in, and Woodland Hills trails 7-0 with 4:35 to play in the first quarter. Adam Gusky, Eric Shuley on the call for you. And down on the field, it's Vince Russo on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and Woodland Hills Football Network. Let's send it down to Vince Russo, where he has some input on that touchdown by West A.
Yeah, guys, I was right down here whenever Cruz was able to haul that one in, and I'll tell you what, can't knock the defense. 3 guys are trying to get up after it, but keep in mind, Cruz, 6'3", 205 pounds, hard to move there. He was able to get up. That was just a nice grab.
Squib kick bouncing up the gut, and it is scooped up by a Wolverine, and off to the races goes that Wolverine. It looked like it was Desmond Jackson who scooped that up for Woodland Hills and carried it out across the 40 to around the 42-yard line. There's a flag down as well, and we'll correct that. That was Tamir Sally on the return for Woodland Hills, who retreated, picked it up, and then ran it across the 40 to the 42.
And most likely a penalty on the Wolverines here, unfortunately, after a nice little return there on the squib kick by the Indians. The way that he was facing the other way, I thought maybe Wolverines might get lucky.
Return team. It's going to be 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
So after the penalty against Woodland Hills, they'll be pushed back to the 27. They'll mark it just past the 27, shy of the 28-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Woody High, and they're backed up after a squib kick and a decent return by the Wolverines.
Yeah, again, penalties have plagued the Wolverines all season long, played a big part in that 0-5 record, and right there, it's not what you want to do. You don't want to wipe out good starting field position.
Quarterback Deontay Williams to start the game, and he will hand off, and it's William Clark who carries the ball on first down for Woodland Hills, and he is off to the races deep inside of Indians territory. Sidestepping tackle is finally brought down inside of the 20 at the 18-yard line. Big run for William Clark on the first play from scrimmage for the Woody High offense.
Not surprised to see William Clark break one already. Would have liked to see him take it to the house, certainly, but just a great way to start if you're the Wolverines offense after a really bad start by the defense. Looked like they may have even gotten a face mask there at the end. They did no flag on the play, but just a great effort by William Clark.
And again, Johnson, the quarterback. William Clark is the setback to the left-hand side of Deontay Williams. Motion man Bailey from right to left. High snap. Williams is going to run to the right-hand side. He's inside of the 15, close to the 10-yard line, and a nice pickup there. What could have been a broken play leads to a good pickup for Woody High down to the 10.
Yeah, Deontay Williams in there at quarterback for the Wolverines. And Nice to see some variation. You know, you're 0-5. You're at a point where you could still maybe squeak into the playoffs. Got to pretty much win out your conference. You got to win out your conference games, but you know, some experimentation never hurts. And Deontay Williams, very talented sophomore.
Pistol formation this time with Williams, the QB. Clark, the setback behind him. Two receivers split to either side. High snap carries over Williams' head. He retreats and picks it up on the bounce and tosses it to that far corner where it's caught for a Woodland Hills touchdown. Keon Perkins, he just sagged behind the defenders, caught the football, and into the end zone he went for a Woodland Hills touchdown. But there's a flag down, and this may be against Woodland Hills for an ineligible receiver downfield. That's probably what happened because that may have been designed to be a run play.
Yeah, I see that happen on broken plays like that, and looks like that's what we're going to get here. Unfortunate to see the Wolverines have a touchdown called back early and get pushed back.
Ineligible man downfield offense. That's going to be 5 yards from the previous spot. Still second down.
Really hate to see a play like that get called back, certainly after such a great effort by Deontay Williams, able to regroup and not only pick up that ball after it bounced, but finding Keon Perkins and making a very nice throw there. Just hopefully the Wolverines can regroup and get this ball in the end zone anyway.
After the penalty, second down and 10 from the 17, and the Wolverines go to the ground as William Clark takes it to the 15 before being driven back. It'll be a pickup of about 3, and that brings up third down and 7.
And about 4 down territory here for the Wolverines, so you got 2 chances to get this yardage for a first down. And looks like some high snaps, obviously the last play. That one maybe a little bit high, but maybe still missing starting center Jameer Ulmer, still having some effects as Keyshawn Frazier, the do everything player for the Wolverines, has to step in at center.
2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the short side right as the ball favors the right hash. Williams goes to the air, throwing to the right-hand side where he finds Armani Bailey, who takes it inside of the 5, and he'll be brought down just shy of the goal line at the 1-yard line, but it'll be first and goal for Woodland Hills from the West A1.
Great job by Deontay Williams, getting that ball out there quick, not letting West Allegheny read that play and get their defenders in there, getting that ball to Bailey, who just accelerated straight forward, knew he had to get the first down, almost able to get the touchdown, but you got a first and goal at the 1 now for the Wolverines.
Armani Bailey on the reception. First down and goal.
So first and goal for Woodland Hills, the ball on the left hash, 2 receivers left, 1 to the short side right. Williams under center, drives his way into the end zone for a Woodland Hills touchdown. No signal yet, now it is official. A Woodland Hills TD with a sophomore QB, Deontay Williams.
Yeah, Deontay Williams stepping up there, just like you see the pros do, reading the defense, coming up, taking the QB sneak right into the end zone. He's not a bigger guy, only a sophomore, still has time to grow certainly, but he still powers his way into the end zone for a big Woodland Hills touchdown, answering that long opening drive by West Allegheny.
So PAT away from a tie ball game with just under 2 minutes to play, and the PAT is blocked, and it will be West Allegheny maintaining the lead just at 1 point, though. It's West A7, Woodland Hills 6 with 1:57 to play in the first quarter. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale has recently been named among the 33 best sandwich shops in America. But folks in the Woodland Hills communities have known that for over 80 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're sure to love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
And we welcome you back live to the Wolverina. 1:57 to play in the first quarter. It's 7-6. West Allegheny leading Woodland Hills. The Wolverines answering the West Allegheny opening score with a score of their own. A 1-yard touchdown run by Deontay Williams, who started the game at quarterback, and quarterbacked a great drive for Woodland Hills that's capped off with points, and Woody High trails by just 1 after the PAT was blocked. Garrett Mytique will kick off. He was the kicker who had the PAT blocked moments ago. End-over-end kick will carry down towards around the 11-yard line, where it'll be returned by West A. On the return for the Indians is Noden Tracy, and Tracy to the near boundary, where he is forced out right near the 35-yard line, and we'll see where the official on the near sideline ultimately spots it. They'll say at the 38, where it'll be 1st and 10 for West Allegheny. We want to welcome our viewers live on Facebook and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. I want to thank our crew for their diligent work getting our live streams up and running all across the Woodland Hills Football Network, as well as our connection to our TV affiliates here in the eastern suburbs of Pittsburgh. West Allegheny scoring first, capping off an 85-yard touchdown drive. Was a pass to Cruz from Gavin Miller, who runs on that particular play out across the 40, where he's brought down by a pair of Wolverines. Leading the charge, Rodney Stubbs, flags down. And we'll check in with our referee, Marty Lynn, to see what this penalty was.
Holding. Offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay first.
So holding penalty against West A. That's going to back them up 10 yards from the spot. And that's something in high school, Eric, that a lot of officials would love to change. I've had some conversations with them. Instead of being spot of the foul from the original line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah, I think it would make a big change in games. We'll see if there's any progress made on that. Not sure if it will be.
It seems unlikely.
Yeah, exactly.
Pass to that right-hand side through the hands of a receiver and nearly intercepted over on that far boundary. Diving for it was Trixipio for Woodland Hills after it slid through the arms of John Rennick, and we'll send it down to the field where Vince Russo has some more sideline insight.
Thanks so much, guys. You know, we see a lot of penalties down there for the Indians. First-year head coach Chris Lucas was quoted as saying, "It just seems like when we are in a crucial moment, we have that mistake come up, and we have to eliminate that." The team, as we know, 1-3 on the season. They didn't lose their third game until they were at Heinz Field last year in the title game against Ben Hill. So a different year this year, and those mistakes a big part of it. Back up to you guys.
Snap on the left hip of the quarterback Cam Cruz, who carries the ball out to the 30-yard line before being brought down. Clock down towards a minute to play here in quarter number 1. Adam Gusky and Eric Chuley high above the artificial surface here at the Wolverine, the Turtle Creek home of the Woodland Hills Wolverines. And down on the sidelines is Vince Russo.
You know, that early blocked extra point for the Wolverines just brings back horrible memories of extra point troubles Wolverines have always had against West Allegheny. Hope that's not leading to the same outcome as those past games.
Yeah, think about how many times it's come down to a one-point game between these two teams over the years, including twice a year ago, as Gavin Miller goes to the air as he rolls to his right-hand side and finds Devin Zaras. And Zaras is brought down just shy of the beginning of this set of downs. And that brings up 4th down and 11. And the punt unit is on for West A as Woodland Hills gets the first stop of the game defensively. Wobbling snap that's gathered in and punted away. A punt that will hit in the midst of a bunch of white jerseys and then take a neutral bounce and will be down by the West Allegheny Indians right around the 27-yard line, where Woodland Hills will start 1st and 10. We'll have one snap in quarter number 1 before we head to the second quarter. The score is 7-6. Good to be back on the call for you here on your home for Woodland Hills football, the Woodland Hills Football Network. Again, Woodland Hills 0-5 on the year, 0-4 in conference. A loss last week on the road at Baldwin, 30-27, while West Allegheny 1-3 on the season. They're 1-3 in conference play. And a week ago, they fell at home 35-33 to Upper St. Clair in Imperial. Shotgun formation. Good snap for Williams as he rolls to his left-hand side, and the pass is through the hands of the intended receiver over on that side. Keon Perkins couldn't pull it in, and that will be the final play of quarter number 1. We head to the second frame. Woodland Hills trailing West Allegheny 7-6. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Set to begin the second quarter. Woodland Hills down by 1, 7-6. Adam Gusky and Eric Shuley on the call for you here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. And Eric, as we take a look at that first quarter, Woodland Hills answered right back, and it's good to see that offense get rolling early in the game.
Definitely. Deontay Williams did a great job in the quarterback for the Wolverines. William Clark with a huge run on that drive. Going to be intrigued to see if Jeffrey Williams can get involved in the offense at all. He is, in fact, dressed and available, it looks like, on the sidelines. So we'll see if we can get that threat in the game as well.
And Eric, one issue that the Wolverines have faced 3 out of 4 conference games this season is blowing halftime leads. And, this is a circumstance where Woodland Hills has the ball. They may be able to get a lead here. Let's hope they don't get rid of it in the second half like they have 3 out of the last 4 games. Woodland Hills goes to the ground on first down as Deontay Williams carries it out, second down rather, as he carries it out to the 35-yard line where it's third down and short, 3rd and 2 for Woodland Hills at the 35.
Yeah, nice job by Williams there, getting Wolverines into a manageable third down here. We'll see if they go with the predictable run to William Clark, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world right now because you can see how effective William Clark has been for the Wolverines. But West Allegheny is ready for it if that's what they go up to do.
Williams in the pistol. He hands off. Clark, the ball carrier, out across the 40. He's got more than enough for the Woodland Hills first down to the 42, a pickup of 7. And it's 1st and 10 for Woodland Hills as the offensive prowess continues here in this 6th game of the season.
Nice job by the line there, using the power to push back the Indians and get Will Clark that first down on a nice hard run by William Clark, creating a new set of down for the Wolverines.
Woodland Hills splits 2 receivers right, 2 to the short side left. Williams in the pistol. He'll hand off. Clark, the ball carrier again, trying to shed a tackler near the line of scrimmage, but that tackler wouldn't let go, and Zerwas makes the tackle, the linebacker, the 6'2 sophomore for West Ed.
Yeah, certainly a team like West Allegheny plays with so much physicality. Not going to let William Clark run the ball over them all night. Right there, you can see how tough that defensive line is, able to break through the Woodland Hills offensive line and stop them for no gain.
Clock winding, 10 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in quarter number 2. Woodland Hills down by 1, 7-6. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the short side right. Williams in the shot, or rather in the pistol. He's going to hand off, and nowhere to go this time for Taylon Brooks. And he is brought down after getting back to the line of scrimmage, tackled by Cam Cruz.
Yeah, not much doing up the middle on those 2 plays. West Allegheny stacking the box and having no trouble stopping the Wolverines, putting them in a 3rd and long situation here. We'll see what sophomore quarterback Deontay Williams can do with a crucial 3rd down and long here.
2 receivers right, 1 to the short side left as Williams rolls to his right-hand side and looks for a receiver short on that right-hand side through the hands of Keon Perkins. And West Allegheny holds, just like the Wolverines did on their 2nd defensive effort. And the punt unit comes on for Woody High.
Yeah, he was extremely open. Now, granted, he was about 5 yards short of the first down. Probably would have had some trouble getting that first down, but, just a high throw by Williams and a little too hard there.
Good snap, and Williams will boot this one away. A low lining punt that caroms off of the return man, and then he will scoop it up. And Jay-Sean Spencer to that far sideline, brought down by a host of black jerseys over there on that far boundary. It'll be 1st and 10 for West Ed at the 17.
It's a play sometimes you can see, sometimes you see return men slip out of tacklers there as tacklers get too focused on the ball and not wrapping up their man, but great job by the Wolverines there. It looked like maybe Keyshawn Davis there on the tackle for the Wolverines. Keyshawn Davis or Taylor Brooks, as we know, sometimes it's hard to tell with those 8s and 9s.
Yeah, it was 6, 8, or 9, one or the other.
Or it could have been William Clark. So,
right.
Yeah, you never know.
West Day, they come out of the huddle in a pistol with 2 receivers right and 1 to the short side left. And Gavin Miller off of play action rolls to his right, dumps it off in the flat where he finds the wing back, Kyle Merritt. Merritt carries it out, approaching the 30-yard line where he is shaken up. Tackle on the play by Keon Perkins. And Merritt slow to his feet, and he will head to the sideline where he'll be subbed out by a teammate. Number 44 comes in, Shane Kennedy.
Yeah, I think a key tonight for the Wolverines is they got to limit those first down plays for West Allegheny. You can't let them get that initial success on first down, and first down right away gives a lot of confidence to an offense, and Wolverines have to limit that tonight.
2 receivers split left. No receiver on the right-hand side. It is a power pistol. And Miller is going to hand off, and the ball carrier is Paul Newton, who runs to his left-hand side, and he's tripped up as he approaches the 35. They'll mark him down at the 34-yard line. Pickup of 5 brings up second down and 5.
Take a look at the replay here. I think it was William Clark on the tackle there, and it was a very nice tackle to get Newton down there. And he was looking for even more yardage there and cuts him up short of the 35-yard line.
So second down and 5 for West Allegheny. The ball's on the left hash with 8 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Indians will split 1 receiver to the short side left and 1 receiver on the near side right who motions from right to left. That's Newton. Newton off of play action. Instead, it's going to be the quarterback, Cam Cruz, keeping it running to his right-hand side across the 45 to the 46. Gain of 2, and it's third down and 3.
Yeah, West Allegheny doing a good job right now of getting that ball around to a lot of different players. You know, in the absence of star running back Nico Flatty, that's what they look like their game plan is, to mix the ball up and not try and give that heavy burden to one individual player, as Nico Flatty often shoulders so far, and has shouldered so far this year.
This time Newton, the quarterback, in the Wildcat, and he will keep it himself, running the left, and he is met near the line of scrimmage, had enough momentum to drive his way towards the first down flag, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough. Looks like they may bring the sticks out here to measure this one, and this is something we haven't seen in a long time, is a measurement, because traditionally they spot the ball right near the markers. But now the officials do decide it's just shy of the flag. It'll be 4th and 1, the ball near the 48-yard line. So 4th down and 1, and decision time for Chris Lucas, the first-year head coach for West Allegheny.
It looks like Lucas, I was going to say, looks like he's going to be a gambler like Bob Palco always was at West Allegheny, but he's going to send the punt team on, but certainly be ready for a fake if you're the Wolverines. Not much yardage needed here for the Indians, and they've always liked to pull out the trick plays and fakes.
Especially when you look at Gavin Miller, the quarterback, lining up at punter. As he'll run to his right, he is going to try to throw the ball. Now he decides to punt this one, and a end-over-end punt coming to the near boundary. Not going to be a whole lot of net yardage, as they will ultimately spot this ball. Where will they spot it? The official continues to move, and they will say at the 50-yard line. So a net punt of 12 yards, and it's 1st and 10 for Woodland Hills at the midfield stripe. And the Wolverines, they anticipated the fake well, and Gavin Miller had no choice but to boot it away under duress.
A very nice job by the special teams of the Wolverines there. Holding strong, not letting West Allegheny convert that fake punt attempt, as they forced Gavin Miller to get off a bad punt. And now with great starting field position, the Wolverines have it at 50-yard line.
Pistol formation, 2 receivers right, 1 to the short side left. As Williams pitches to the right, Clark's the ball carrier, and he'll drive his way to the 50-yard line, and he'll be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. At the bottom of the pile is John Rink for West A.
And the Wolverines having some trouble running the ball up the middle, so they try and get it out on the edge there on the toss, but just great pursuit by West Allegheny. So many white jerseys there to take William Clark down, and no gain. And that's a play where you're starting to miss a guy like Josh Rawlings, who lines up at the end of those lines, right and left side. And you miss that extra blocker there, how much he can do for you.
Woodland Hills goes to the ground on 2nd down and 10, and again it's William Clark taking it up the gut and shows enough power to pick up some positive yardage, a gain of about 3.5 as it's brought down just shy of the 46. And it'll be 3rd down and about 6.5 yards for Woody High.
Interesting to see if the Wolverines will put the ball in the air here or keep it on the ground.
Wolverines send 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the short side right, tight end on the left of the formation as well. Williams takes the direct snap, and he'll heave-ho it down that right-hand side. One-on-one coverage, running underneath it, and taking it into the end zone is Tariq Scipio for Woodland Hills, and the Wolverines seize the lead 12-7 on a 47-yard touchdown pass.
Just a beautiful play by the Wolverines. I mean, you use that speed of Tariq Scipio. We see some arm strength from Deontay Williams, who has played a little bit of quarterback so far this year, but when he's been in there, he's really only kept the ball on the ground or handed it off. Just a great drop back and pass by Williams, and a nice job by Scipio to get some separation, haul that ball in, and get a big touchdown for the Wolverines.
Looks like Woodland Hills has the offense on the field here. Want to take a lead of 7 points. 5 or 6 really doesn't matter at this point, but conversely, 7 makes a big difference. So the offense stays out there as Williams will set in the shotgun with Clark sidecar to his left. Williams has some blockers in front of him and will take it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and Woodland Hills takes a 7-point lead, 14-7.
Just a great run by Deontay Williams. You know, I see some similarities to former Woodland Hills running back Miles Sanders in the way he runs, and just always got that strong lean forward in his run and strong legs and able to push his way into the end zone there.
And I was impressed with the way he just followed his blockers, and they led the way into the end zone. 14-7, Woodland Hills on top of West A with 4:41 to play in quarter number 2. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Bush Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for 4 decades. Bush Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, an alignment, state inspection and emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Bush Brothers is the place for you. Bush Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call at 412-351-5342.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Beautiful evening for high school football in late September here in Turtle Creek, Pennsylvania. Adam Gusky, Eric Schuley on the call for you up here in the press box. Down on the field, it's Vince Russo prowling the sidelines as Woodland Hills has claimed the lead 14-7 on a 47-yard touchdown pass, as Williams found Tariq Scipio down that right-hand sideline and into the end zone he went. Woodland Hills capitalized on the 2-point conversion as well, and the kick will bounce down towards the 10-yard line where it'll be returned by Paul Newton, and Newton drags his way out across the 25 and brought down just shy of the 30, where there's a flag down after the play, as well as Paul Fedorka was tied up with the Wolverines' Deshaun Reeves, and the officials are going to have to discuss this one and figure out who was the guilty party, or is it offsetting?
Personal foul, receiving team. Personal foul, kicking team. Those fouls will offset. First down.
So the offsetting personal fouls, and it's 1st and 10 for West A. Ball's at the left hash at the 29-yard line. We'll send it down to Vince Russo for his view of that touchdown pass from Williams to Scipio.
Yeah, guys, real quick, kudos to Scipio, was able to get his hands free there. There was a little bit of contact on the play as he was going downfield. And also a great ball by Williams. We haven't seen much of that this year, but a really beautiful ball and a great insight by the quarterback, just throwing it to where he knew his receiver could get to it with that speed, just allowing playmakers to create space and make big plays. So we'll see if they do more of that moving forward. Back up to you all.
14-7 is your score. Woodland Hills on top of West Allegheny with 4:34 to play in quarter number 2. Power pistol as Williams will hand off, and the ball carrier lowering the boom and driving his way out across the 30 to the 35-yard line is Kyle Merritt. Merritt, a big setback, just delivered punishment as he drove his way forward, and picked up positive yardage for West Day, a gain of 7.
Yeah, he is a big guy there, Merritt, but more missed tackles by the Wolverines, and you got to wrap up. You had 2 right there to take Merritt down. He's able to break right through him. Kind of reminds me of a former West Allegheny, Mateo Vandamia.
Miller in the power pistol, delayed handoff, and again running to the left is Kyle Merritt. Merritt has more than enough for the West Allegheny first down, out across the 45 to the 49-yard line, as this Woodland Hills defense having trouble with the power running game of the West Allegheny Indians.
Yeah, especially at the end of this first half, the Wolverines have had so many struggles at the end of halves, giving up big points. Upper St. Clair scoring at the end of the half, Baldwin scoring at the end of the half. Got to limit the yardage here and keep the Indians out of the end zone.
1st and 10 for West Day. The ball's on the left hash as they split 2 receivers to the left-hand side and a tight end to the left of the formation as well. High snap sails through the hands of Miller, and it is covered up by Kyle Merritt way back at the 37-yard line. Loss of 12 on the errant snap brings up 2nd down and 22 for West Day.
Yeah, just a big break for the Wolverines, and they have to take advantage of it. They cannot let the Indians get this yardage back and more as we go under 3 minutes left in the first half. A nice bounce there for Merritt, and he does the smart thing and just jumps on it. But now, key time for the defense for the Wolverines.
Yeah, 2nd and 22 for West Day, as Miller pumps and now feels pressure as he runs to his right-hand side, and the intended receiver is Cam Cruz, but it's well short of Cruz, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 22 for West Day.
Very nice job there by Rodney Stubbs, getting some pressure, getting Miller under duress there. As you can see him right here, decide to just charge right in, break through the block of the Indians, and get his hands on Miller and make him toss that ball away quick. And now, big 3rd and long here. Another thing the Wolverines have had some trouble with this year, 3rd and longs, and let's hope they can limit this. It might be a time where you see a screen pass or something here by the Indians.
So West Day splits 2 receivers and a wing to the right, and 1 receiver to the short side left as well. Motion man from right to left is Ja'Shawn Spencer, who will settle on the left side of the formation. Gavin Miller takes the shotgun snap, now steps up into the pocket. He's wrapped, he's sacked shy of the 35-yard line, and a big play brings the punt unit on as the big fella with the sack. It's Jeremy Thomas.
Jeremy Thomas, nice job breaking in there, not letting Miller slip through there and step up and make a pass. It looks like got some whistles on the field here. We'll see what the stoppage is, but nice job by Jeffrey Williams, taking him down on the big sack.
Woodland Hills, that's their first.
So the Wolverines take a timeout. We'll step away, too, with 2:25 to play. Woodland Hills on top by 7. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek is the official pizza of the Wolverina and has been a family tradition since 1971. Fox's Pizza also features tasty appetizers, fresh salads, as well as mouth-watering hoagies and sandwiches. Fox's Pizza in Turtle Creek is conveniently located in Penn Plaza, so stop in to pick up lunch or dinner or call to place your delivery order now at 412-823-9960. From our den to your den, it's Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Gavin Miller will punt for West Allegheny as Woodland Hills leads the West Allegheny Indians 14-7. And Woodland Hills nearly got a piece of that punt, but Miller was able to get a spiraling punt out into Woodland Hills territory where it takes a bounce in favor of West Allegheny inside of the 25, and finally it will die at the 24, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Woody High, 76 yards away from pay dirt.
West Allegheny does a nice job of flipping that field position. Good thing that Miller wasn't run into there. I'm not sure who the Wolverine was coming in to rush the punt, but sometimes you see a roughing or something there, and luckily the Wolverines avoid that. Not the best field position, but they have a little over 2 minutes here, and certainly time to get the ball down the field. Thanks to Vince for verifying it was Tywan Milton there rushing the punt.
1 receiver right, 2 receivers to the short side left as Williams is in the pistol. Takes a good snap, looks to his left, throws to his left-hand side, and in and out of the hands of Armani Bailey. And Bailey couldn't hang on to that one and may have heard footsteps. There were 4 white jerseys around him, and converging quickly was Paul Fedorka, who could have laid a lick on Armani Bailey.
Probably had something to do with it. Bailey has been pretty sure-handed all season. A nice throw by Deontay Williams, though. Some traffic there and staying in the pocket and making a nice pass. And it's going to happen sometimes on drops like that. Only first down. Wolverines have a chance to make up for it here.
So 2nd and 10 for Woody High. Clock stop with 2:07 to play. Ball's on the right hash, 2 receivers left, 1 to the short side right. Motion man is Bailey from left to right. He takes the jet sweep, takes it across the 25, out towards the 30-yard line where he will be brought down. Tackle made by John Rink. And it's 3rd down and about 4. Make it 3rd and 5 after the gain of 5 to the 29. Timeout is taken by West Allegheny.
Yeah, you know that
West Allegheny.
Incomplete pass. Kind of, hurts the Wolverines, stopping the clock, and then the timeout now, and, barely able to run any time off the clock, and you hope that you can get this 3rd down if you're the Wolverines. You got to convert here.
Timeout on the field. We'll step away, too. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
LG3 Entertainment is a first-class disc jockey and karaoke entertainment company that serves the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas. They offer a wide range of music entertainment for weddings, anniversaries, school dances, corporate events, and more. They also offer beautiful chair cover linen rentals to give your event the elegance it deserves. They offer many more services, so go to their website today and see why so many choose LG3 Entertainment for the best in family fun entertainment.
Third and 5 for Woodland Hills. 1:45 to play, 2nd quarter. Woodland Hills on top by 7. Williams goes to the air, looks to his left-hand side, and Amari Daniels couldn't pull that one in, and the incomplete pass brings up 4th down and 5. And a pair of incomplete passes and a timeout by West Allegheny gives them the opportunity to get the ball back with 1:41 to play here in frame number 2.
Yeah, 2 drops by the Wolverines, and that one hurts, especially because he had the 1st down with where he was. And Amari Daniels, somebody we haven't seen too much at receiver here for the Wolverines tonight, so maybe that's the case, just the inexperience getting them there.
And Williams barely gets the punt away, but does, and it will take a nice bounce in favor of Woodland Hills, Woodland Hills. And then it's fair caught by West A's Gavin Miller at the 41-yard line. So a short field for West Allegheny to work with 94 seconds to play here in the 2nd frame.
Yeah, you thought you were out of the woods with the Wolverines getting that big sack, getting the ball back there. But now the West Allegheny Indians right back, knocking on the door, looking to get this ball down the field with good starting field position with just about a minute and a half till the end of the 1st half. So Wolverines defense has to stand strong here.
Two receivers to the left-hand side, 1 to the near side right, as Miller's in the shotgun, sidecar to his right-hand side. Miller pressured as he rolls to his left. Now he'll tuck and run and step out of bounds as he crosses the line of scrimmage, and we'll say he steps out at the 42, so a pickup of just 1, and it's 2nd and 9.
Everything going in the Indians' favor in terms of the clock right now. The Wolverines defense not able to take Miller down before he gets out of bounds, and another stoppage of the clock for the Indians, and it's really hurting the Wolverines. Got to get a sack or something here to keep this clock rolling, depending on if the Indians have any timeouts left.
Twin split to either side as he's looking for Cam Cruz down the right-hand side, and a nice job by D-back William Chamberlain. He timed it well and knocked the ball out of the hands of Cam Cruz. The West State fans on the near sideline didn't like it, but not a lot of protest from the West Allegheny bench, and that's when you know it's good defensive play by William Chamberlain.
Yeah, William Chamberlain was with him every step. Little bit of separation there by Cam Cruz, but just a nice job by Chamberlain to get his hand in there. Good coverage and breaking that ball pass away from Cruz.
Yeah, I think the ball hung up just long enough to allow Chamberlain to close that one step on Cruz. So it's 3rd down and 9 as the clock is stopped with 1:22 to play here in the 2nd quarter. wing and a receiver split to the left, one receiver to the short side right. That wing settles now into a power pistol for Gavin Miller, and he will hand off, and straight up the middle goes the power back, Kyle Merritt. Merritt is off to the races inside of the 30, and he is brought down at the 28-yard line, and it was 3rd and 9, and now it's 1st and 10 for West Allegheny at the 28.
Yeah, you're so close to getting out of it, and the Wolverines' defense falls apart there right at the end on a 3rd and 9 when they run the ball to their big back Merritt, and you just absolutely cannot let that happen.
2 receivers right, one to the short side left as Miller looks to his right out of the shotgun. He's pressured as he retreats. Now he's going to toss it, and he'll toss it into the bleachers along the near boundary. Incomplete.
Yeah, good pursuit by the Wolverines there. Tracking down Miller, making him throw the ball away. He did the smart thing, didn't try and force it anywhere with still plenty of time left in terms of where the ball is. At the 28-yard line, you got 52 seconds. Clock stopped temporarily on first downs in high school, so that's also advantageous to the Indians.
So West A breaks the huddle on 2nd and 10 with the ball at the left hash. One receiver to the short side left, a wing and a receiver to the wide side right. That wing now motions to a power pistol. And again, West A goes to the ground where they will see Kyle Merritt drive his way inside of the 25 to the 23-yard line. Tackle on the play by Talon Brooks, among others, for the Woodland Hills defense. Also in on the stop, Taiwan Milton.
A lot of pressure initially by the Wolverines, but for a big guy, Merritt's got some great acceleration, and he used it there to get a nice chunk of yardage for the Indians.
3rd and 5 as West A starts to hurry it up. Miller flushed out of the pocket. Now he has to step forward. He's wrapped. The ball comes loose, and the Wolverines cover it up. A strip sack by a pair of Wolverines. In on the strip sack, Zachary Threats and Taiwan Milton, and then the ball is recovered by Keyshawn Frazier.
And I know a flag came out very late there. Not sure what it's going to be, but it was extremely late. It was way after the fumble, but just a nice job there by the Wolverines. Again, getting to Miller and just Threats coming in, throwing the arm down and getting that ball loose. And we'll see what the flag is here. It looks like it might be against West Allegheny.
Yeah, it looked like a hold, and they were talking with Tim Bostard, and he wants to talk things over. Do we want to accept this penalty? And if the penalty comes after
holding,
the fumble.
Offense. That's going to be 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still 3rd down.
What? Wait a minute. Vince, let's bring you in on this one. You're hearing that they called that an incomplete pass?
Yeah, guys, I can't believe it myself, but neither can the coaching staff. But an incomplete pass here on the field, and the Wolverines are livid, but they've got to regroup here because good situation here, pinning back with only 20 seconds left. But yeah, I don't know what you all saw on your side that was closer to your side of the field, but sure as heck looked like the hit was the thing that jarred the ball loose.
Yeah, taking a look at the Triangle Bar and Grill replay. Let's take a look here. I don't know about that one. Certainly didn't look like that was a throwing motion. The ball was low, and as Miller rolled from left to right, that's when the ball came loose. Now Miller goes to the air to the near side where he will find the receiver, John Rink, and Rink is forced out of bounds right near the initial first down flag after that incomplete pass, and then the flag after it pushed them back to the 42.
Yeah, the Wolverines got to break through the adversity here. Just an awful call from, in my opinion, on that last play. But Wolverines defense has to stand strong here. Ball just outside the 25-yard line and 12 seconds left. So got to get a big stop here if you're the Wolverines. I guess the Indians did have one more timeout.
Timeout. West A. That's their 2nd.
Time on the field, we'll step away 12.5 seconds to play. 2nd quarter, Woodland Hills up 7, but West Allegheny threatens on 4th and 8 at the 26. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Whether you need a new website or want to improve your existing site, Web Landings can serve your needs. Web Landings provides professional, easy-to-maintain websites for businesses, organizations, and individuals. Discover more at weblandings.com and find out how editing your site can be as easy as using a word processor. Plus, we offer 1 year of free hosting for any website developed. Visit weblandings.com today.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
4th down and 8 for West Allegheny. the ball at the Woodland Hills 26-yard line, and they bring the field goal unit on here. This will be a pretty long attempt for Gavin Chappell, 42-yarder. Look at a 43-yarder favoring the right hash. Chappell, the 5'9 senior, high snap, the hold down, and that kick is just short, no good.
And the field goal is no good.
So the Wolverines keep West Allegheny off of the board. Looked like they had a takeaway, but the officials said an incomplete pass. A penalty compounded things, though, for West A. They were able to complete a pass on third down, but then on fourth down, a field goal attempt falls short for Gavin Chappell. And the Wolverines, with 6 seconds to go here, take another lead into the locker room, Eric Shuley. And this is a lead they hope not to relinquish like they have done 3 or 4 times in conference play.
Yes, the 4th lead going into the locker room the Wolverines have had out of 6 games so far this year. Haven't been able to keep any of those leads so far, but tonight hopefully will be different.
And Woodland Hills asks for a timeout. I guess they want to talk things over
Woodland
here. Maybe
Hills.
the alignment wasn't the way they wanted it on what you would have assumed would have just been victory formation and taking a knee. But hopefully we will be able to hear from Woodland Hills head coach Tim Bostard as he heads to the locker room after this, what we assume will be a kneel-down play for the Woodland Hills offense. But, you know, Eric and Vince as well will bring you in on this opportunity. You guys have seen Woodland Hills give away far too many halftime leads in conference play this season.
Yeah, you know, if you're going to contend for a playoff spot, you can't do that, and they've done it numerous times, and tonight got to close the door and can't let it happen again.
I mean, they've got some young players, but it's all about those halftime adjustments and being able to execute on the game plan the coaches are putting out there. They've got the athletes to do it. We'll see if they're able to make those adjustments here and combat the adjustments that West Allegheny is surely going to make.
Woodland Hills will go to the ground instead of taking the knee, and it's William Clark, the ball carrier, carrying it out across the 45, and he is brought down, or 35 rather, and is brought down at the 39-yard line. And that will be the final play of the second quarter. And Woodland Hills will take a lead into the locker room, 14-7. And again, this is the 3rd time this year Woodland Hills takes a lead into the mid-game break. We're going to keep it here for a moment and see if Vince Russo has an opportunity to talk with Woodland Hills head coach Tim Bostard. So Woodland Hills on top, 14-7. We're not going to be able to hear from Tim Bostard. And Eric, you know, a good first half for Woodland Hills. We saw West Allegheny start the half, drive it down the Wolverines' throat, but the Woodland Hills defense has stepped up big since then, and the Woodland Hills offense has put together 2 good scoring drives.
Yeah, the defense has done a great job since that opening drive, forcing some big punts, some great job tackling by the Wolverines. So after that initial drive, little spots here and there where they could have been better, but overall they were definitely good. And, you know, a couple questions I have, one that is pretty glaring. I like Deontay Williams in there at quarterback. He's done a great job, but Jeffrey Williams is so athletic. It's interesting to see that he hasn't been in on the offense. You wonder what's going on there. So we'll see in the second half if the Wolverines get him involved or, you know, they opt to just keep it the way things are. The offense has done pretty decent, though, without him.
We are going to step away for a couple of minutes, and when we return, our halftime coverage continues. Your halftime score, Woodland Hills 14, West Allegheny 7. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been serving families in the Woodland Hills community since 1905 and is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home now offers crematory services at their Turtle Creek location. Families choosing cremation can have added peace of mind, knowing that their loved one never leaves the care of Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home. For nearly 115 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
14-7, Woodland Hills on top of West Allegheny at halftime, and I'll turn it over to Eric Shuley for our first half scoring recap.
And so the Wolverines have a 14-7 lead here at home tonight against the West Allegheny Indians. How it happened, quick start for both offenses. West Allegheny taking the ball 85 yards right off the bat on their first drive, ending it with a 15-yard touchdown pass from Gavin Miller to Cam Cruz. Then Woodland Hills answers right back after a big long run by William Clark, capping off a 72-yard drive with a 1-yard touchdown run by Deontay Williams as he took the QB sneak right up the gut. After teams trade punts a little bit, Woodland Hills getting the ball back on their third drive with a nice 47-yard touchdown pass from Deontay Williams to receiver Tariq Scipio, who has had some big catches on the year after a successful two-point conversion run by Deontay Williams that made the game 14-7. And that is where we sit right now after a missed field goal going into the locker room by West Allegheny.
Well, we'll step away for a couple of minutes now, and when we return, more halftime coverage. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com. The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale has recently been named among the 33 best sandwich shops in America. But folks in the Woodland Hills communities have known that for over 80 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're sure to love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been serving families in the Woodland Hills community since 1905 and is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home now offers crematory services at their Turtle Creek location. Families choosing cremation can have added peace of mind, knowing that their loved one never leaves the care of Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home. For nearly 115 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities. Woodland Hills football is brought to you in part by the law offices of Owen Seaman. Owen is a Woodland Hills alumnus who studied law at Duquesne University and has been practicing law in the Pittsburgh area for over 15 years. Attorney Owen Seaman's experience encompasses virtually every facet of criminal defense. If you find yourself in need of criminal defense representation, call Owen at 412-721-0412 or visit owenthelawyer.com.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
Tired of a dirty car? Mr. Magic Car Wash will have your vehicle looking new again in just minutes, even those tough to clean wheels. Try us out at any one of our 5 convenient South Hills locations for a car wash you won't soon forget.
Mr. Magic Car Wash, clean, shiny, and dry every time.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Your halftime score 14-7, Woodland Hills on top of the West Allegheny Indians. Adam Gusky, Eric Shuley, Vince Russo on the call for you here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. And, you know, guys, Woodland Hills takes another lead into the locker room, third time in 4 conference games, or the 4th time in 5 conference games this season where Woodland Hills takes a halftime lead. And this is a circumstance where Woodland Hills really can't afford to lose another game and lose another second half advantage.
Yeah, you got to have this game if you want to squeak into the playoffs if you're the Wolverines. This game has the look of a lot of the past close games between the Wolverines and the Indians. Hopefully they can get this victory tonight.
And I'll tell you what I really like about the team thus far in this contest. They're controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, especially late in the second half. We saw a lot of pressure from that defensive line. I think that really bodes well for the second half. Alongside of that, the offensive line's getting a good push. We saw another nice run there by Clark to end the half. So they're able to continue dominating in the trenches. I think that bodes really well for the team moving forward. Maybe sprinkle in a little misdirection, some play action, and who knows, we might see the first W of the season.
Well, we're going to step away for a few moments here at halftime. We'll let you enjoy the marching bands, and when we return, it will be more of our halftime coverage, and then we'll get you set for the second half. Again, your halftime score, Woodland Hills 14, West A 7. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the Woodland Hills High School Marching Band and Image and Visual Ensemble. Tonight we will be performing selections from our 2019 field show, The Music of Me. We hope you enjoy our performance. Drum Major Raven Brown, is your band ready? Woodland Hills, you may take the field for your performance. The band is under the direction of Mr. Brian Coffin. Our drum major is Raven Brown, woodwind captain is Deanna Pasqualino, brass captain is Kendall Berry, and percussion captain is Alex Lott. Images captains are Rainier Powell and Morgan Hensel. Band managers are Maggie Schifo, Delaney Heller, and Emma McLaughlin. My name is Leah Gadania. Thank you for your attention this evening, and we hope you enjoy our performance. Please stay tuned for the 50-50 drawing. All right, folks, please take out your white ticket for the 50-50 drawing. The numbers are 853021. Again, 853021. Please take your ticket down to the lower concession stand. You won $355.
A-Boss Opticians on Braddock Avenue in Braddock is your one-stop optical shop. With hundreds of the latest frame styles and lenses, the skilled opticians at A-Boss will help select and fit the best eyewear option for you. Plus, A-Boss Opticians is the best eyewear repair facility in the area. No matter what your eyewear needs are, make A-Boss Opticians your opticians. Call A-Boss Opticians at 412-271-4424 or visit abossopticians.com.
What can you expect at Seton Hill University?
An opportunity to transform the future.
A leader in innovative and mobile technology.
A personalized education tailored to your interests and your goals.
A welcoming community.
A big step up to your dream career.
As a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts university, Seton Hill pushes your education, your abilities, and your career to a higher level. Seton Hill University. This way up for progress, possibility, and a brighter future.
Set to begin half number 2 here in Turtle Creek. Adam Gusky and Eric Chuley on the call for you. Here in the booth and down on the field, it's Vince Russo and your halftime score, Woodland Hills 14, West Allegheny 7. We only have a couple of seconds to talk before the second half kickoff, but Eric, Woodland Hills needs to come out here. They get the football and build on the lead and not allow West Allegheny to get back into this football game.
Yeah, this initial drive for Woodland Hills is huge. You got to control the ball, get down the field, control that line of scrimmage like Vince said, and get in the end zone yet again.
Yeah, Woodland Hills will get the ball to begin this second half. A big opportunity for Woodland Hills to build on this 7-point advantage. The Wolverines were down early 7-0, but they answered back, made it 7-6. The PAT was blocked, and then the Wolverines went to the air on their third opportunity with the football, and a big touchdown pass to Tariq Scipio put Woodland Hills on top by 5 points, and then the scoring was culminated with a 2-point conversion as Williams took it into the end zone. And a bouncing kick by West A will be returned by a Wolverine up man, and that's Dante Gant bouncing off of some white jerseys, and then out of bounds he will go out across the 40, and he'll be marked at the 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Woodland Hills.
Yeah, West Allegheny has done a good job of keeping that ball away from the dangerous return men that the Wolverines have, but still those up men for the Wolverines have a lot of talent. You see Dante Gant able to get some nice field position for the Wolverines.
Handoff, and it's William Clark taking the first carry of the second half into Indians territory. A pickup of 8 yards on the play. Tackle made by Shane Kennedy, and it's second down and very manageable 2 for Woody High.
Very nice job there by William Clark. A hard run on first down. Second and a short 2 here. See if the Wolverines can get this first down right away and start off the half nice.
Wolverines send 2 receivers to the short side right and 2 to the wide side left, and the handoff's going to go to Clark, and he'll surge forward, and according to the official on the far side, this may be close enough to a first down. They'll say just shy, actually, a pickup of about a yard and a half. The Wolverines needed a full 2 there, and it'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, it looked like you're right, Adam, on that initial spot, and it had it, but takes a little step back, and now it's 3rd and less than a yard. So a key play right off the bat here in the second half for the Wolverines.
The Woodland Hills spending a long time in the huddle here talking about this third and short play. Two receivers left, two stacked to the short side right. Hard count by Williams. He'll take the snap, hands off. Clark trying to bounce to the right-hand side. He's met a yard deep in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down and 2. And it's decision time for Tim Boston. It looks like the punt unit will come on.
And not how you want to start if you're the Wolverines. Almost had that first down on 2nd down. Unfortunately, the spot was short, and great job by West Allegheny just breaking through the front line of the Wolverines, knocking Will Clark back, and Wolverines have to punt right off the bat here.
Good snap. Williams gets a low end-over-end punt into West A territory where it'll bounce out of bounds inside of the 25 at around the 23, and it'll be 1st and 10 at that point for West Allegheny.
Now the defense has a shot to carry on where they left off in the second half. Had some mishaps there late in the first half, but overall, after that opening drive, did a great job to force West Allegheny into many punting situations. Hopefully they can continue that here and keep getting to quarterback Gavin Miller.
Miller not the QB on this first down play. Instead, it's the big back, Kyle Merritt. And Merritt runs to his right-hand side, taking the direct snap to this near boundary, takes it out across the 30, and he's brought down as he crosses the 35 to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for West A at that point.
Just so much space there for Merritt to run. So much greenery in front of him. Big gain for West Allegheny right off the bat. And Wolverines cannot let Merritt continue to run the ball like that. That was one big positive for the Indians in the first half, the way Merritt specifically was able to run the ball.
Power pistol as Miller has a sidecar to his right and a back behind him in Merritt. And an early movement by West Allegheny. And Braden Horton looks to be the guilty party.
False start, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
So after the penalty, will be 1st and 15 at the 32-yard line. Line to gain is the 47. West Allegheny with a very unconventional setup, and finally they will settle with Cam Cruz as the quarterback and sidecars to either side, and Cruz is going to tuck and run, running to his right-hand side. He turns the corner, lowers the shoulder, and picks up positive yardage for West A, and they'll finally mark him down out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Very generous spot. Looked like Cruz had gone out of bounds closer to the 44 or 45, but instead they'll say it's a 9-yard gain and 2nd down and 1 for the Indians.
Yeah, it looked like an enormous hold there by number 14, Devin Zierwas there on the outside on Rodney Stubbs, which enabled the Indians to get that extra yardage. Cam Cruz there on the run, but nonetheless, Wolverines got to stop this running game quick.
Taking a look at their Triangle Bar and Grill replay, looks like it was a good spot because Cruz had the forward lean and leaned that ball out across the 45 towards the 46 where it was spotted. And on 2nd down and 1, he's met at the line of scrimmage, but has enough power to drive the pile forward and pick up a 1st down to the 48. Cam Cruz again on the carry for the West Allegheny Indians. Now again, West Allegheny scored first. Woodland Hills answered back and made it a 1-point game after the PAT was blocked. And the teams traded punts before Woodland Hills was able to take the lead by 5, 12-7 on a 47-yard touchdown pass to Tariq Scipio. And then Deontay Williams took it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That's what the score was then and is now. End around going to Jayshon Spencer, and Spencer is brought down in the backfield, 2-yard loss as William Clark steps up and makes the play in the backfield.
William Clark all over the field on offense and defense. A very sure tackler when he's out there on defense. Spends so much time on offense, doesn't get as many snaps on defense as you would want when you got a guy who can tackle like that. Great job by William Clark wrapping up, setting the Indians back on a 2nd and long.
So it's 2nd and 2 as the clock winds to 7 minutes and 5 seconds to play here in the third quarter. First half moved along very well because both teams kept it on the ground and kept it in bounds. Motion man, again, is Jay-Sean Spencer, but instead they'll run off and play action, and the pass is incomplete. They were setting up the screen for Kyle Merritt, but the pass from Miller to Merritt was just a bit high, and Merritt couldn't pull it in. And the incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 12, and there was a lot of blockers in front of Merritt had he caught that one.
Yeah, that would have been bad news for the Wolverines if Merritt would have been able to hold on there. Luckily, the Wolverines catch a break on the drop screen pass, and you see a 3rd and long situation. After some struggles early in the second half of the Wolverines defense, this is a key time to get a stop and get the ball back in the offense hands.
Miller in the shotgun sidecar to his left, trips to the right, one receiver to the short side left. Ball's on the left hash, 3rd down and 12 at the 46. Good snap. Miller now feels the pressure as he's flushed from the pocket. Being chased, now throws the ball out to Cam Cruz, who has enough for the first down for West Allegheny.
Yeah, more improvising there by West Allegheny, and 3rd and long, the Wolverines let up, and that's a backbreaker right there as you're so close to getting the ball back in the offense hands, and you let Gavin Miller get out of the pocket there, roll out, and find Cam Cruz. It's a connection that he likes. He likes to find his big target in Cruz, and just right on the money and in spot for first down for the Indians.
Clock winding, 6 minutes and 20 seconds to play third quarter. West Allegheny driving, 1st and 10 at the 42. One receiver left, double tights and a wing to the left as well. Ball carrier is Merritt, and Merritt is met near the line of scrimmage, picks up 3 yards before he's brought down by the vast majority of the Woodland Hills defense. Taiwan Milton down at the bottom of the pile. Also in on the stop, Anthony Collins, the defensive lineman, 6 feet, 233-pound senior.
Yeah, the Indians, it's working for them. Their approach, without Nico Flatty, they've been able to give the ball to a number of different Indians, and they've been very effective every way they've done it.
Kyle Merritt is the quarterback, and he's going to catch the snap and run again, straight up the gut. And a big guy like that gets a big head of steam, and is finally brought down after a gain of about 6, and it's 3rd down and 1 for West A. The line to gain is the 27. The ball's at the 28.
Definitely 4-down territory here, so hope the Wolverines can break through the offensive line here and get a hit in the backfield, as pretty sure the Indians will keep it on the ground here.
West Allegheny goes away from motion as Cam Cruz will keep it himself in the quarterback spot. He runs over the right end and picks up big positive yardage. Cruz, one of the 2 quarterbacks we've seen play today for West Allegheny, and 13-yard pickup there down to the 20.
Really got the Wolverines defense on their heels. You know, when you're anticipating and expecting to see a heavy load given to Nico Flatty, and then they come in tonight and you see Cruz carry the ball, Newton, Merritt. It's tough to adjust to that.
Wing to the right, 2 receivers split to the left-hand side. Cruz is the quarterback. He's going to catch the snap, hesitate, and then take off up the middle. And again, big positive yardage on first down up the gut for West Allegheny.
Yeah, just big holes right up the middle. It's not complex right now for West Allegheny. The offensive linemen are opening up the holes on the Wolverines, and they are looking much like that initial drive of the game in the first quarter right now, as they're going right at the Wolverines defense.
Under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. This is the second drive of the third frame. Woodland Hills started the quarter with the ball, but had to punt it away, and West Allegheny has gone on a very protracted drive here as they have it 2nd and 3 at the 13. Snap goes awry, and falling on top of it for West Allegheny is the big back, Kyle Merritt. As the Wolverine was diving towards the football, Merritt just covered it up in time. A loss on that play of 7 brings up 3rd and 10 from the 20.
Yeah, a little mishap like that is exactly what the Wolverine defense needed. Merritt looked like he was going to have a hole open up. Julius Brown was able to break through there and get some pressure, but the drop snap, puts the Indians in a 3rd and long, and a really key opportunity here for the defense. You got to get a stop here.
2 receivers left, 1 to the near side right, and West Allegheny runs a receiver on late to fill up their 11-man allotment. Looking to the left-hand side, the pass is complete as Miller goes to the air. He finds John Rink, and Rink is brought down right near the first down flag. They'll say just shy of the line to gain, which is the 10-yard line. So this is 4th and inches for West Allegheny.
Really looked like a nice spot there. If you watch the replay, his knee went down a lot earlier than I think they thought it did, and where the ball was probably back about the 11.5-yard line, in my opinion. But the Wolverines defense going to have to hold strong no matter what.
And where's the ball when the knee goes down? Yeah, it's about the 11.5. Good eye there, Eric, on the first Triangle Bar and Grill read. And we're going to see West A go to the ground and running to the left-hand side and picking up the first down is Kyle Merritt. And Merritt was able to pick up a good chunk, 2 yards there or more. And that would have been enough for a first down, even if it were 4th and a yard and a half.
Yeah, just a good vision there by Merritt. He saw he didn't have the hole up the middle as Wolverines clogged that up. But just nobody there on the outside other than Tariq Scipio. But Scipio was just a step too late. And the Indians now in a 1st and goal situation.
First and goal for West A, the ball at the 9. Under 2 minutes to play here in quarter number 3. Motion man from left to right is Newton, but instead it'll be Cruz keeping it up the gut, and he's brought down at the 6-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal at the 6.
And not a lot of field to work with here if you're West Allegheny, but the way that they've been going about this drive and their play calls, it doesn't really matter how they've just been hitting the Wolverines right in the mouth and coming right up the middle on play after play. You see Cam Cruz jogging back out to the huddle right now with a little limp, but he's still out there.
Cruz gets the play from Tim Levchik, former Robert Morris quarterback, the offensive coordinator for West Allegheny. Levchik also played in the NFL with the Dolphins and the Steelers. Cruz running to his left-hand side inside of the 5, and he's brought down at the 4. And it brings up 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line.
Yeah, Cruz, a nice job there at the last second to get an extra about 2 yards there. It looked like Wolverines were going to be able to get him at about the 6. But he just uses that big body frame and pushes forward and squeaks forward for an extra couple yards there, you see on the instant replay.
So 3rd and goal at the 3 as we're under 30 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. West Allegheny has Kyle Merritt as the Wildcat QB. Catches the snap, hesitates, steps around a Wolverine, then dives across the goal line for a West Allegheny touchdown.
Yeah, tough one there for Woodland Hills. Not sure who the Wolverine was from our vantage point. It was hard to see a number, but got that initial penetration, and they almost were able to take Merritt down, but he's a tough guy to bring down. He's got some shiftiness as well, and able to take it in for the Indians on a long touchdown drive.
Got to give a lot of credit to West Allegheny's offensive line on that drive. They just opened up gaping holes, and the backs just gashed Woodland Hills all the way down the field. West A will settle and get set for the PAT. And flags fly before the snap, and I think it was a false start by West A, at least according to the umpire. We'll check in with our referee.
False start, offense. 5-yard penalty, retry.
So that'll back the Indians up 5 yards. And gentleman in black there with the beard, that's Tim Levchik, the offensive coordinator I was talking about. He's definitely a holdover from the Bob Palco era. And now is the OC for Chris Lucas's West Allegheny Indians is the PAT up and in, and a penalty as well, as Woodland Hills is going to be guilty of either running into or roughing the kicker, and it'll be Marty Lynn's decision to see what this penalty will be against the Wolverines.
Running into the kicker, defense. That'll be 5 yards on the kickoff. The kick is good.
We're tied at 14. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Tied at 14 after West Allegheny goes on a protracted drive to tie the game at 14-all. Adam Guskin and Eric Shuley high above the artificial surface here at the Wolverina. Down on the field is Vince Russo. And Vince, you have some input on the Wolverines' demeanor.
Yeah, you know, we talk about a team that struggled in the second half to keep leads, but I'll tell you what, really positive body language, really positive talk down here in the huddle. The offense and the kick return team getting hyped up, guys lifting each other up, getting each other's faces, positive language down here. See if that translates to a long drive here on the ground with the Wolverines on the offensive side of the ball. Back up to you guys in the booth.
Again, West Allegheny capping off a drive with a 2-yard touchdown run by Kyle Merritt, and then the PAT up and in for Gavin Chappell. Chappell, who then kicks off from the 45 after a penalty against Woodland Hills. And the Wolverines on the return, and it's Jeffrey Williams, the return man. It's the first time he touches the ball today as he carries it out across the 30 and brought down at the 32-yard line, maybe the 33.
Yeah, Jeffrey Williams, every time he has the ball in his hands, he's a threat to take it all the way to the house. And first time touching the ball tonight, you're right, Adam. Didn't see him in the first half, but you could see he wanted that one extra hole, ran into one of his own men there, but still able to get it up almost to the 35-yard line. At the 33 here, so decent starting field position for the Wolverines.
Especially considering Chappell was able to kick that from the 45 all the way down towards the goal line. And now we'll see Deontay Williams at QB, hand off to William Clark, who has a hole over right tackle, and he'll slide his way across the 35 to the 37-yard line before he's brought down by Kyler Moore. And it's second down and about a half a dozen, as that was the final play of quarter number 3. We'll head to the fourth quarter, tied at 14-all. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Set to begin quarter number 4. It's 14-14. Woodland Hills and West Allegheny tied up as we head to the fourth frame. And Eric, it wouldn't be a game between these two teams if it wasn't a close battle.
Yeah, it just seems like time after time, you know, the last 3 years, such close games. 2 games last year, 14-13, both losses for the Wolverines. The year before that, a 7-0 loss by the for the Wolverines against this team. So many classics.
Next week, Woodland Hills takes on Kiski, and we'll have the coverage for you here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. First play of the fourth quarter is a pass to the left-hand side. And Deontay Williams was looking for Gavin Yarborough, but Yarborough couldn't pull it in, and it's third down, and we'll say 6. The line to gain is the 43. The ball's at the 37.
Yeah, just another drop for the Wolverines. Plaguing the Wolverines tonight certainly are those drops. And Gavin Yarborough, very talented individual, junior for the Wolverines, and he could have made something happen if he was able to haul that one in.
Sure you guys are looking forward to seeing the new facility at Kiski next week. They built a new facility at the high school, no longer playing at Davis Field. 2 receivers split to either side as Williams is going to keep it himself, running over left tackle, and he'll be brought down near the first down flag as he crosses the 40, and they'll say he does get to the 43. That's enough for a Woody High first down, and the drive continues.
Yeah, just a great run by Deontay Williams. You could see he was going to do anything he could to get that first down for Woodland Hills. Just a key moment there to get that third down and keep this little bit of momentum that you're able to create here going for the offense.
.5 minutes to go in regulation. We're tied at 14 apiece. Pistol formation as the handoff goes to William Clark. He'll hesitate and then drive his way across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
Nice little chunk on first down there for William Clark. He saw a little bit of a bigger hole open up there early, but West Allegheny did a great job of clogging that up. They've always been able to do that. You know, this defense has always been good. Last week, though, almost 500 yards given up to Upper St. Clair. Woodland Hills giving up a lot of yardage to Upper St. Clair when they played them as well. You know, that's just a talented offense over there in Upper St. Clair. But, you know, they're susceptible to giving up big pass plays and big run plays is West Allegheny.
Woodland Hills gets some signals from the sideline and now will settle with receiver split to either side. And flags fly as false start against Wolverines.
Snap infraction. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Well, my question to the West Allegheny band is, will they have drumsticks when the game is over?
I'm not sure if they keep it up like that.
So what West Allegheny looks to take advantage after Woodland Hills commits the false start. Now it's 2nd and 11 for Woody High, and I'm not sure what was going on, but clearly the center and the rest of the offense weren't on the same page.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Taking a look at standings elsewhere in WPIL 5A. Penn Trafford and Franklin both undefeated in their conference. McKeesport and Gateway each with a loss within conference. Latrobe is 1-2. Plum is 1-3 within the Big East, and Connellsville 0-4 in Big East Conference play. Twins to either side as Williams has some time and now looks across the middle and tried to find a crossing Eshawn Carter. Pass incomplete, and that brings up 3rd down and 16.
Yeah, that one there, just not the best ball there by Deontay Williams. He had Carter open for a moment there, and right idea by Deontay Williams, definitely, but just unable to get that ball there at the right height for Eshawn Carter over the middle. We like to see the Wolverines going over the middle, using that speed over the middle, catching guys on the run is key with the speed that they have.
Two receivers split left and one to the near side right. Williams in the shotgun with the sock car to his left, runs to his left, throws to his left-hand side and finds Eshawn Carter. No, that's Armani Bailey on the reception for Woodland Hills, and he drags white jerseys with him as the drive continues on a big 20-yard pickup on the pass from Williams to Bailey.
Yeah, I think the West Allegheny fans and team a little stunned right there that the Wolverines able to convert that, but you know, I'm not at all, because Deontay Williams has shown a lot of poise tonight back there at quarterback, and he makes a great throw to Armani Bailey. And the Wolverines convert and keep this drive alive. Just under 10 minutes left in this game.
So 1st and 10 for Woody High inside of West Allegheny territory. Clock winding to 9.5 minutes to go. Wolverines will split two receivers to either side. Williams is in the pistol, hard count. He'll hand off. And up the middle goes William Clark.
Number 6, William
and Clark inside of the 40 to the 39-yard line, a pickup of 4, and if you pick up 4, it's a win.
Absolutely, especially on first down. You're always happy with a 4-yard run like that. William Clark churning those legs, getting those couple extra yards there at the end of the run to make it a gain of 4.
Two receivers split to either side. Our count is looking to the right-hand side. Williams for Bailey, and Bailey catches a pass for negative yardage. That'll be a loss on that play of 3 yards. So instead of 2nd and 6, it's now 3rd and 9.
Yeah, it's a tough one there. If you're Armani Bailey, you probably just see that coming. You know it's not a backward pass or anything. You can probably just let that one go there. That's a tough couple yards lost there for the Wolverines, but they were able to show before they could convert a 3rd down and long.
Positively for Woodland Hills, the officials end up spotting the ball at the 41 instead of back towards the 42, so it's only a loss of 2. Williams in the shotgun, runs to his left-hand side, looks to turn the corner, now cuts it upfield. He's got the first down and more inside of the 30. He's hit hard as he's brought down at the 28-yard line. But a nice pickup there for Deontay Williams before the tackle made by Shane Kennedy.
Now, so much confidence in this sophomore. Before on the 3rd and long, a very confident throw from the pocket by Williams. And when he got out of the pocket, a confident throw. There, he just takes the ball and goes and gets a big, big first down for Woodland Hills at the 28-yard line.
2 receivers right, 1 to the far side left. The handoff. William Clark hesitates and then tries to cut it back against the grain, and he is brought down after a modest gain. Tackled by Braden Horton, amongst others, for the visiting Indians.
Yeah, that was just a good job by West Allegheny, breaking through a couple big blockers there and taking down William Clark for only a gain of 2 there, or maybe 1.5.
So it's 2nd and a long 8 or a shorter 9. As the ball's on the left hash, Twins to either side, and a handoff straight up the gut. William Clark inside of the 10, inside of the 5, where he's finally tripped up at the 2-yard line.
You can see he saw the end zone. He was working his way there, and the Indians converged on him at the last second, but just a great job to burst through that hole there by William Clark after one little move there initially. Taken down inside the 5, but the Wolverines are rolling here now on a 1st and goal.
Just a gaping hole, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll say it to 3, not to 2, but still, Wolverines with an opportunity to reclaim the lead here, and the left tackle came out of his stance early, and that's going to cost Woodland Hills 5 yards.
For the snap, false start, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
7 minutes, 2 seconds remain in the 4th quarter. Woodland Hills now has the ball 1st and goal at the 8 after the false start penalty against the left tackle of the Wolverines.
Yeah, tough one there, but the Wolverines have regrouped before. It's been a great drive by Woodland Hills, so hopefully they can brush that off as if it was nothing there and get this ball into the end zone.
Twins to either side. Williams in the pistol. He'll hand off. And straight up the middle goes the tailback, and not a whole heck of a lot of room there for William Clark. And Clark wanted a penalty, maybe a little extracurricular after the play against West Day, but to no avail.
Yeah, you're watching these handoffs from Deontay Williams, and every time you see Deontay Williams, you know, he has the ability to keep that ball and go, and you wonder, maybe you mix that in one of these times here and let him show his athleticism and break away from that pressure from West Allegheny.
Yeah, pull the ball out of the belly and keep it on your own, run into that left-hand side, the short side of the field. So Williams is in the pistol with Twins again split to either side. And this time he does keep it himself. He'll drive his way inside of the 5. The pile moves to around the 4, and it'll be 3rd and goal from around the 4 after that ball will be spotted and forward progress stalls.
That's exactly what Deontay Williams does right there. Doesn't choose to go to the left or right. He just keeps it himself up the middle. Able to get positive yardage for the Wolverines, and now you're stuck 3rd and goal from the 4, and you got 2 chances to get this yardage.
And the issue was Williams couldn't go to his left. Braden Horton had that left edge hemmed in, so Williams took what he could up the cut. So now it's 3rd and goal at the 4. Ball towards the middle of the field. 2 receivers right, 1 to the short side left. Williams is in the pistol. He'll hand off. Clark caroms off of blockers and will be brought down at the line of scrimmage. There was no hole at all to be spoken of, and a lot of it was because it was sealed up by Shane Kennedy, the linebacker.
Yeah, I think West Allegheny just did a great job of reading that play. That's what they were expecting to happen, and that's what Woodland Hills does, and the offensive lineman unable to use their power to break open a hole for William Clark, and keeps the offense on the field here, and a key 4th down as we get under 5 minutes and see if the Wolverines can get this one into the end zone.
Shotgun for Williams. Sidecar to his right is Clark. Twins to the right. Williams going to run to his right. Looks to turn the corner, but he will be brought down in the backfield. Nice open field tackle by Cam Cruz. Turnover on downs, and West Day will get the football. Long field facing them, but they have an opportunity to reclaim the lead for the first time since the 1st quarter.
Yeah, just too many Indians there. As Vince mentioned at the half, maybe some misdirection. You don't want to play around too much when you're by the goal line, but the Wolverines were having trouble just going straight up the middle with the Indians' backs against their own end zone. They were able to use their strength there and break through on the Wolverines' offensive line, and you wonder if maybe a little bit of misdirection could have tricked the Indians there. But Wolverines' defense has to stand strong here now with 4.5 minutes left in this game.
So the ball on the left hash, and the timeout is taken by Woodland Hills prior to West Allegheny beginning this drive. Timeout on the field. We'll step away to 4:34 to play fourth quarter. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Bush Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for 4 decades. Bush Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, an alignment, state inspection and emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Bush Brothers is the place for you. Bush Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call at 412-351-5342.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
1st and 10 for West Allegheny with the ball at their own 8-yard line. 92 yards from pay dirt. An opportunity to reclaim the lead for the first time since the first quarter. Direct snap goes to Merritt, and Merritt will run to his right-hand side and take it across the 10 to about the 11-yard line for a gain of about 11, maybe 11 and a half. And the clock will wind here.
Yeah, I see on the instant replay, not the greatest snap, but Merritt did a great job of securing the ball before taking it forward there, as you often see guys take their eyes off the ball, and that's when they lose hold of it. But Merritt, nice job for the Indians there to hold on to the ball, but the Wolverines contain him to only about a 3-yard gain.
Sidecar to either side of quarterback Miller this time, and Miller will run. He'll go up the gut initially and then bounce it to the right, driving his way towards the 15, where he's brought down by Taiwan Milton. That'll keep the clock winding here in quarter number 4. 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the fourth frame. We're tied at 14-all. West Allegheny facing a 3rd down and 3 at the 15.
Yeah, another case of just not the best tackling there by the Wolverines. If they're able to get him when they get the initial contact there, it's probably only a gain of 1 or 2, but he's able to get up to the 15 there and make it a 3rd and more manageable, about 3 yards.
Gavin Miller is the quarterback. Sidecar to his right-hand side is Merritt. Miller, hard count, straight drop back, looks to his left-hand side and finds a receiver, John Rink, who settles down, catches the ball, and sits down on his backside. And that's enough for a 1st down. It'll stop the clock momentarily. And West Allegheny has a fresh set of 4 to work with.
Yeah, if in that situation, 3rd and 3, I think the deep X got to be right up on the receiver there. Unfortunately, they gave him a nice cushion there, and that's exactly what West Allegheny needed. They weren't looking to go deep there or anything, just all they had to do was get that 3 yards.
Merritt, the quarterback this time, and he's going to catch the snap and run, and he's undercut by Armani Bailey, and Taiwan Milton finishes up the play, but a nice tackle by Bailey keeps it a modest gain of about 2, and it's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, nice job by the Wolverines front there as they brought the heat on Merritt, keeping him to a gain of 1 there. As you can see, crowd in the line of scrimmage there. Julius Brown getting penetration, Anthony Collins, Armani Bailey in on the tackle with Taiwan Milton.
Sidecars to both sides of Miller. And Miller's going to roll to his right. Settles his feet and throws to his right-hand side and has a receiver open on that far boundary. He'll pull it in and will be brought down inbound, but John Rink has enough for a 1st down for West Day as the drive continues for the Indians. This started at their own 7. Now it's out at the 38, so they picked up 31 yards thus far.
Yeah, West Allegheny just doing a nice job of mixing things up here, putting the Wolverines on their heels. Just a nice completion there, and bringing them up close to midfield now as they approach the 40-yard line.
Under 2 minutes to go as the ball split to the left. 2 receivers split to the left, balls on the right hash. 2 receivers to the short side right as well. And Miller lost his balance as he retreated. Now just settles his feet and tosses it into the sideline over there on the far boundary. And Miller, boy, if he'd have fallen down on his can there, that would have been a big loss, number one, and the clock would have continued to wind.
Yeah, very close to being a huge break for Woodland Hills, as you see Gavin Miller just almost lose his footing there, but a nice job to stay on his feet there. As you said, Adam, would have been a huge loss and would have been a big break for the Wolverines, but they're able to get out of that without a completion or anything. Clock stops at 1:37, second down and 10.
Ball's on the right hash. Two receivers split wide left, one to the short side right. Miller in the shotgun with a sidecar to his left-hand side and Merritt. Miller pressured from behind. He's wrapped. He's sacked. Big play by Rodney Stubbs back inside of the 30 at the 27. That'll bring up third to Country Mile.
Yeah, great job by Rodney Stubbs there, tracking Miller down, using his speed to get in and unblocked, untouched. You would have liked him to be able to strip that ball, as it looked like he was going for it at the last minute. He didn't, but hey, assured the sack. That's the key. Did not let him slip away.
Yeah, with just over a minute to go here, this is a situation where both coaches may be leaning towards overtime. You know, Woodland Hills has timeouts to use, so does West Allegheny, and neither team is using them as we're down under a minute to go. And the Indians have it third down and 20 at the 28. The line to gain is the 48. So West A will take a timeout, and we'll step away too with 47.3 seconds to go. We're tied at 14-all. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek is the official pizza of the Wolverina and has been a family tradition since 1971. Fox's Pizza also features tasty appetizers, fresh salads, as well as mouth-watering hoagies and sandwiches. Fox's Pizza in Turtle Creek is conveniently located in Penn Plaza, so stop in to pick up lunch or dinner or call to place your delivery order now at 412-823-9960. From our den to your den, it's Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at the Wolverina, 3rd and 20 for West Allegheny. The ball in the middle of the field at their own 28-yard line. Gavin Miller in a power pistol, and he will go to the ground, handing off to Merritt. Merritt lowers the shoulder and drives his way out across the 35 to approaching the 40-yard line, where the tackle is made by Taylon Brooks, and timeout taken by Woodland Hills with just under 41 seconds to go.
Hills.
So we'll step away, too, with a timeout on the field. It's tied at 14. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
LG3 Entertainment is a first-class disc jockey and karaoke entertainment company that serves the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas. They offer a wide range of music entertainment for weddings, anniversaries, school dances, corporate events, and more. They also offer beautiful chair cover linen rentals to give your event the elegance it deserves. They offer many more services, so go to their website today and see why so many choose LG3 Entertainment for the best in family fun entertainment.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Woodland Hills keeps their defense on the field while the punt unit comes out for West A, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that Gavin Miller is the punter for West Allegheny.
You just can't let anything crazy happen here if you're Woodland Hills. Stay away from the ball.
Miller, spiraling punt that will take a big bounce in favor of West Allegheny and will die inside of the 25 near the 21-yard line. Woodland Hills is 79 yards away from reclaiming the lead, but only has 30 seconds to work with.
Certainly a time where it hurts to not have your big target, Josh Rawlings. You know, we've seen Deontay Williams showcase his arm, and he has the strength to get that ball out there deep. And this would be a nice time if you would take some shots deep to go to a guy like Rawlings. But you can't think about that. You don't have him, so you got to think about what you do have. And, you know, we've seen some the ability by Wolverine receivers all year, and hopefully they could pull something out here with 29 seconds, or we might see Coach Tim Bosser just keep it on the ground and see if William Clark could break one if the defense is spread out.
Snap to Williams, looks to his left, throws to his left-hand side, and the pass is complete over there to Tariq Scipio. And Scipio, instead of curling out of bounds, took it back inside and passed the ball over to that far boundary, but it rolled out of bounds after he was down. And Woodland Hills, with 10 seconds to go here, looks like they may be happy to just try to get one more play off before regulation expires. Williams looks back at the clock, asks for the snap. Straight drop back, looks to his left, now rolls to his right. Directing traffic, throwing, and the pass is deflected and incomplete, and that will be the final play of regulation, and we are headed to overtime. First time in a long time Woodland Hills plays an overtime game.
Yeah, Woodland Hills played to overtime against the West Allegheny Indians about 5 years ago, and that was at West Allegheny. Tough loss for Woodland Hills there, 42-41 on a missed extra point, so hopefully they can wipe out those bad memories.
Well, the officials are going to ask for captains, and this is a circumstance where, West Allegheny, they will call the coin toss, and whoever wins the coin toss will elect to go on defense first, or will you try to score first? Now, the first time Woodland Hills ever played in an overtime game was in 1996 against Butler, and that game was a victory for Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills got the ball, decided to take the ball first, and it was a touchdown pass from Adi Williams to Delrico Fletcher. And we followed that up with, on fourth down, Troy Nunes threw a pass into the end zone, and it was intercepted by Delrico Fletcher. And Woodland Hills won their first ever overtime game some almost 25 years ago.
Yeah, well, Adam, you hope you see a similar outcome tonight, and a lot of strategy involved in a situation like this. College overtime, very similar. You gotta, like you said, you gotta see what you gotta do. Are you gonna be aggressive if you win that call, take the ball and try and score right away? Or are you gonna go on defense and try and get the stop, and then all you gotta do is score?
3 minutes on the clock.
The officials asked for 3 minutes. You may wonder why I remember that so vividly. Well, Tim Boston and I were offensive linemen on the Woodland Hills football team in 1996, and in fact, I was captain for that football game. And I remember when they called the coin toss, and Butler, I don't remember whether they called heads or tails, but it came out the other way. And I looked the quarterback, Troy Nunes, right in the face. He was the captain for Butler, and I said, we're going to score into that end zone, pointing down to the scoreboard end zone to our left-hand side, and we sure did. And then we got the turnover on fourth down and won the game.
Boy, that's confidence. I like it. Hopefully the Wolverines exhibit the same confidence here. And whether or not they're able to have the ball first, if they start on defense, hopefully that defense can stand strong down on the goal line. The offense has had some struggles, as we saw on that drive where they just could not get the ball into the end zone. That false start certainly hurt, but it wasn't everything. They had multiple opportunities, weren't able to get it in, but hopefully they can switch it up here and get the ball in the end zone.
Marty Lynn is our referee, and he will talk things over with the captains about the coin and about what happens in this coin toss situation. He asks West Allegheny, do they want heads or tails? And they let him know, and the West Allegheny Indians apparently have won the toss, and they are giving Marty Lynn their determination. About 90 seconds away from getting started in overtime.
West Allegheny won the toss and elected to go on defense. We're going to start play down at this end.
And what would it be if it weren't a tight game between these two teams? Like you said, Eric, 2014, these two teams went to overtime, and the game was decided on a missed extra point. Last year, 2 games were decided by 1 point, 14-13.
Yeah, the Wolverines in 2015, right here at the Wolverina, were able to win the game against West Allegheny 22-15, and that was a big win here at the Wolverina. And so many close games, and they're right, Adam. Wouldn't have it any other way, but hopefully the Wolverines can pull out on top in this one.
Let's hear what Vince Russo has to say from the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. It's overtime. Always interesting to find out who's got what left in the tank. Both of these teams playing a really physical game tonight in the trenches. It's dropped considerably temperature-wise. A bit cooler out here tonight. And we'll see. Woodland Hill's been so close so many times. You have to think they're so eager to get that first win on the board. We'll see if they can finally break through here. All starts on offense. Guys, I pose the question to you. What's the play call here from the 10-yard line?
I think, first of all, you want to put the ball in the hands of William Clark on first down, and then from there, maybe see what Deontay Williams can do running the football.
Yeah, they're your two biggest threats right now on offense. They had trouble running up the middle, running period, really, with William Clark when they got into the red zone before. Hopefully, things will change on that front.
Williams in the pistol, hard count, and the right guard and left tackle moved early. And now Woodland Hills has 5 more yards to deal with.
For the snap, false start, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's the second time in a goal situation we see Jeremy Thomas move early on that left tackle spot.
Yeah, I think that might be evidence of how missing the first couple games hurt him. You know, he's a very experienced lineman for the Wolverines, but, you know, missing early games in the season can have that effect on you.
2 to the left, 1 to the near side right. Handoff. Clark cuts left, inside of the 10. Grabbed by the head at the 5, but he's still able to wiggle his way to the far boundary, inside the 5 and around the 2, where Woodland Hills is going to be set up very close to pay dirt.
It's just a great run by William Clark. Just like you said, Adam, you wanted to give that ball to William Clark right off the bat. Look at that nice little move there. Savon Givner with the block and able to make the move past Cam Cruz, getting the ball inside the 5-yard line all the way down to the 2 is where the spot is.
So a big 13-yard run for William Clark on first down in overtime. Now it's second down from the 2-yard line. Williams is going to step under center in a straight eye backfield. Handoff towards the goal line. Is he into the end zone? The officials don't say so yet. It'll be 3rd and goal, just shy of the goal line. Vince Russo, you had a good look at it from your vantage point. What did it look like over there?
I did. I do think they got the call right. It seems like there was a little bit of a trip there for Clark. He dove at the end, tried to extend that ball, but pulled it back in as he saw hands flying to knock it out. So honestly, a smart play by Clark there to make sure he maintains possession. Better to have a 3rd and 1 here, or less than 1, than to turn the ball over. Back to you guys.
So the ball just shy of the goal line on 3rd down, as again Woodland Hills will step to the line of scrimmage with an eye backfield behind Williams. And Williams is going to keep it himself into the end zone for a Woodland Hills touchdown. And Woodland Hills strikes first in OT.
Now decision time for the Wolverines.
Looks like Coach Bostard's asking for the PAT.
Yeah, just nice job by Deontay Williams again. The second QB sneak for a touchdown for him today. And it looks like, you're right, Adam, the Wolverines will look to put this through the uprights here. I'm always a fan of going for 2, but a little bit of a gamble in this situation. I understand that, but we'll see if the Wolverines can convert here to make this one 21-14.
Garrett Mateek to attempt the PAT, the 5'9" senior. The holder, Deontay Williams. Good snap, and flags fly, and a false start against Woodland Hills.
For the snap, false start, offense. 5-yard penalty, retry.
Kyle Merritt was coming with a full head of steam, and I think that may have pulled one of the offensive linemen up a little bit early, anticipating the contact by Kyle Merritt. And this makes it just a little bit more difficult for the senior kicker, Mateek. McDonough is the snapper. The holder is Deontay Williams. High snap. Williams gets it down, and the PAT is blocked, and it's picked up by Woodland Hills. But the Wolverine, Idris Goodlock, won't be able to do anything with the football. And West Day has an opportunity to score, and if they score, a PAT wins it.
Yeah, and I hope we didn't, well, I hope I didn't jinx it by mentioning that game 5 years ago. Same exact thing happened, but you know, defense has a great opportunity here to get a stop. Just keep them out of the end zone. That's all they got to do. Only 10 yards, but we've seen the Wolverine defense come through many times over the years, and now is one of those times. They got to come through and get a stop. Yeah, the ball is at the 15, and I think he's going to have to make a change there.
Not quite sure why the umpire placed the ball at the 15 instead of the 10.
After that false start Woodland Hills had, that's where they pushed him back to. And I was hoping nobody noticed it, but here we go.
Merritt is the Wildcat QB, and a timeout called by Tim Bostard. He ran all the way from the 30 down towards the 15 to finally get the officials' attention over there.
Woodland Hills.
So there's a timeout on the field. We'll take a breather. It's 20-14 in overtime. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Whether you need a new website or want to improve your existing site, Web Landings can serve your needs. Web Landings provides professional, easy-to-maintain websites for businesses, organizations, and individuals. Discover more at weblandings.com and find out how editing your site can be as easy as using a word processor. Plus, we offer 1 year of free hosting for any website developed. Visit weblandings.com today.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Woodland Hills asked for a timeout prior to West Allegheny's first play here in their offensive opportunity in overtime. Woodland Hills scored, but the PAT was blocked, so Woodland Hills is just up by 6 right now. Kyle Merritt is the quarterback. He runs to his right-hand side, now cuts back to his left, and he'll drive his way towards the 5, but he's brought down shy of the 5-yard line. Tackle on the play by several Wolverines, including defensive end Michael James, the 6'3", 200-pound junior.
Yeah, Merritt's been doing it all night for West Allegheny in the absence of Nico Flatty. Rodney Stubbs unable to get off that block there from an Indian, Braden Horton, and that's what helped Merritt get those extra couple yards.
So second down at the 6 for West Allegheny. Cam Cruz is the quarterback. Merritt is lined up next to him to his right. Motion man from left to right, and Cam Cruz is going to keep it himself, driving his way towards the 5, maybe to the 4. It'll depend on the spot, but well shy of the destination, which would be the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like Cruz was able to get that extra yard. Had him initially stopped at the 5 maybe, but they spotted right at about the 4-yard line.
So third and goal at the 4 now. This is gut check time for Woodland Hills defense. Woodland Hills was up at halftime, 14-7. West Allegheny scored the only points in the second half. Woodland Hills scored first in overtime. Pistol formation with Merritt behind Miller. Miller's going to keep it, rolling to his left-hand side. The Wolverines sniffed that one out, but in the end zone, it is caught for a TD by Cam Cruz. Woodland Hills defensive line saw it coming, but the secondary didn't. Cam Cruz sagged in front of the secondary man over there in that corner and caught it for a TD.
Yeah, just a good play call by West Allegheny, you know. Like you said, Adam, secondary didn't see it. Nice job by Michael James there. He didn't get sucked in, but West Allegheny an extra point away from another heartbreaking loss for Woodland Hills, and you never know, maybe they can break through that line and get a block of their own for Woodland Hills.
West A takes the timeout here. Vince, what was your view of that one over there along the far corner?
Yeah, guys, I'm not so sure that they were ready or expecting the play action there. They recovered quickly and nicely, but just not enough in time. Cruz able to, as you said, kind of skirt along the goal line there. Did a great job of coming back towards the ball. And so as good as the defense adjustment was, a better route by the receiver to get to the ball quickly. And good awareness there to make sure he was still in the end zone as he came back to the ball.
Yeah, Paul Newton was the motion man there for West Allegheny, and he came in motion, and Miller pulled the ball out of his belly and found Cam Cruz over there just inside of the goal line. Now Cruz is the holder. And this, a pivotal PAT for West A, who has lost 3 straight. Good snap, and the PAT is up, and the PAT is good, and yet again, Woodland Hills falls to West Allegheny by 1 point, this time again in overtime, 21-20.
Yeah, just another tough break for Woodland Hills. You know, it's heartbreaking. I would have. It's easy to go back and say you think that Woodland Hills should have gone for 2, and you know, just based on things that happened in the past. Woodland Hills suffers a tough loss tonight. They fought so hard, starting the year 0-5, now 0-6. But you know, just such a hard-fought game all the way through. Unfortunately, fall in overtime.
Yeah, hindsight is 20/20 in regards to going for 1 or 2 in that circumstance. However, you can't really second guess yourself if you're in that circumstance. For Tim Boston and the Woodland Hills Wolverines, you did everything you could to try to win that football game, and it came down to a PAT, and the PAT was up and in. For West Allegheny and the Woodland Hills, their PAT attempt was blocked.
Just another tough break for Woodland Hills. 3 games in a row, such close games for the Wolverines. And next week, you head into some non-conference play, and you hope that the Wolverines can keep up with the momentum that they were able to get from this game, even though it's killed a little bit with the loss. They just played so well, and what stood out to me was the quarterback play by the young sophomore Deontay Williams.
Yeah, Williams looked very good today and stayed poised. Really an impressive performance by Deontay Williams. A rough loss for Woodland Hills, who again falls to 0-6 on the season. And again, it's a loss. It's a loss by 1 point to West Allegheny.
Yeah, it just always seems to happen in some sort of crazy way against this team for the Wolverines. And they've only been on the winning side once. And like I mentioned here in 2015 with Miles Sanders and Joel Shaw and company. But, they've fought hard so many times, just been on the wrong side of it. And again, tonight, they just couldn't get in late in the game when they had that opportunity to score. And that obviously came back to hurt them because went to overtime and had that extra point blocked, and West Allegheny able to take advantage of it, get it in, and get their extra point up and good.
Well, we are going to step away, and when we return, it will be the Woodland Hills Football Network post-game show. Again, Woodland Hills falls in overtime, 21-20 to the West Allegheny Indians. You're tuned into the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com. The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale has recently been named among the 33 best sandwich shops in America. But folks in the Woodland Hills communities have known that for over 80 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're sure to love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been serving families in the Woodland Hills community since 1905 and is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home now offers crematory services at their Turtle Creek location. Families choosing cremation can have added peace of mind, knowing that their loved one never leaves the care of Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home. For nearly 115 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities. Woodland Hills football is brought to you in part by the law offices of Owen Seaman. Owen is a Woodland Hills alumnus who studied law at Duquesne University and has been practicing law in the Pittsburgh area for over 15 years. Attorney Owen Seaman's experience encompasses virtually every facet of criminal defense. If you find yourself in need of criminal defense representation, call Owen at 412-721-0412 or visit OwenTheLawyer.com.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
Tired of a dirty car? Mr. Magic Car Wash will have your vehicle looking new again in just minutes, even those tough-to-clean wheels. Try us out at any one of our 5 convenient South Hills locations for a car wash you won't soon forget.
Mr. Magic Car Wash. Clean, shiny, and dry every time.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
And we welcome you into our post-game coverage here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Adam Gusky alongside of Eric Julian. Vince Russo has made his way from the field up into the press box as Woodland Hills falls 21-20 to the West Allegheny Indians in overtime. And Woodland Hills falls to 0-6 on the season, 0-5 within Allegheny Conference play. Meanwhile, West Allegheny is now 2-3, both on the season and within the conference. And this was a tough loss for Woodland Hills. They've had some tough losses this season where they've let go of some second-half leads. There's no hiding that fact, but this one was a tough one. Woodland Hills had the 7-point advantage at halftime. West Allegheny scored the only points in the second half. The Wolverines had an opportunity to try to reclaim the lead late in the second half in the fourth quarter, but they came up short, turned the ball over on downs. West Aid decided to kill out the clock. The Wolverines only had a little bit of an opportunity in the latter stages of the fourth quarter. We went to overtime, and Woodland Hills got the ball first, and they scored first. The first play was a 13-yard run by William Clark, and then 2 plays later into the end zone went Deontay Williams for the 1-yard touchdown run out of the I formation. And the Wolverines took the lead 20-14. The PAT team came on, and the first PAT attempt was blown dead because of a false start against Woodland Hills, and that pushed the Wolverines 5 yards back. And then the Wolverines had their PAT attempt blocked, and that gave West Allegheny even more momentum going into their offensive drive. On their first 2 plays, they were brought down at the 6, then the 4-yard line, and then on 3rd and goal at the 4, the pass was completed into the end zone for Cam Cruz from Gavin Miller. And the PAT up and in for West Allegheny. And again, West Allegheny defeats Woodland Hills by the narrowest of margins, 21-20. And guys, this was the roughest loss Woodland Hills has faced all season long, undoubtedly.
Without a doubt, you're correct, Adam. You know, it's especially coming in 0-5. You know, they've shown so much fight over the last couple weeks, unable to come out on top every time. But, you know, so many positives I think you can take from this, especially the quarterback play from the young sophomore Deontay Williams. He was playing like he was a senior out there. So much confidence and poise from the pocket, throwing the ball and running the ball, just taking it and going. But, you know, the game itself, the defense had 2 bad drives, really. The rest of the time they forced punts. They did much better tackling. They were great overall, except for those 2 drives where they let up those long touchdown drives for West Allegheny.
Yeah, a lot of credit to Coach Tim Bostard and the program being able to keep this team enthused. That, you know, you look down at that sidelines throughout the game, that did not look like a team that was 0-5 entering this game. That looked like a team in the thick of the playoff hunt. Those kids believed in what they were doing down there. And other than the Calvert Hall game in week 0, look at every game. They've either had a halftime lead or been in it late. It's not, you know, that hard to say this team could be 3-3 up to 5-1 if a couple bounces, breaks, different things go their way. And so it's been a tough year. It's been a tough sled, but you know, they got a non-conference matchup next week, and this team has to remain positive because they've been just so close. And yeah, Adam, I think you hit the nail right on the head. This was the closest one yet. They're just so close. It's got to be so frustrating because they're doing so many things right.
And Vince, you were down on the field, and you said it in our ears. There were just so many emotional Woodland Hills football players after that game.
Rodney Stubbs was beside himself, you know, really putting it out there. That defense, you know, holding this offense to 21 points, really bearing down here in the second half, even though they were on the field a good bit as the offense, again, kind of struggled in that second half. You really see on these kids' faces they're giving it their all. They're doing every single thing that they can. And so it's tough when you're not seeing those results, and that's why I think we draw so many parallels of what football can teach us in life when things are just going so poorly, even though you're giving 110%. Something's got to go right here for this team. Something's got to bounce the right way because they're doing, again, so many things really, really well. And it was really reflected in the expressions on the players' faces as they were really just heartbroken by this loss.
Well, we're going to step away one final time here in the Woodland Hills Football Network post-game show, and when we return, it will be our post-game superlatives as we run through the Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home Player of the Game and the State Senator Jay Costa Player of the Game right here on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
Bush Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for 4 decades. Bush Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, an alignment, state inspection and emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Bush Brothers is the place for you. Bush Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call